Hey fellas, I'm I'm gonna bring you this game because this is absolutely hilarious. Uh, in all the years I've played this game, it's the constant. Uh, if you die to somebody, it has to, and you lose a game to somebody, they have to be using WarPack, right? They have to be using it. It's the only way I lost, you know. And typically I don't care. But what was funny about this game was the sheer amount of messages that I got afterwards. And I'm not gonna name and shame and all that kind of bullshit. And, and everybody that's played this game for a long time and they do well and and they win games and all that stuff. So they have to deal with hate mail. That's just the way it is. I've actually thought about sometimes just doing hateful things people send me after games. But but anyway, back to my whole point here is that you know warpacks, yes, exist, aimbots exist, yes, cheating exists, mods exist, and all that other bullshit. I'm not a mod user, never have been. uh, I don't have I've never installed mods on my tanks or on my clients. um, Way back in the day, I think I had a skin mod to make my tanks look back with a big skull on the side of it. I think that was on my Ferdinand. I think I had pictures of it or something like that. But actual aim game mods, no, I've never actually had one. So I always find it interesting when people assume that you win a battle and you do well in the battle, that they died. They lost the game because of something that you have that is, um, giving you an advantage. You don't take into account the fact that you lost maybe to a player that has, for example, 55,000 battles and has played the game since almost the beginning, has a general good idea of where tanks sit, how tanks play games, that kind of stuff. That's not the reason why you lost, right? That's not the reason. That's not the reason at all. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna watch the fucking replay, and there's some really dodgy shit. There's some really dodgy RNG shots that I make. But that's just RNG. That's the game. Um, you know, I've had snapshots hit tanks from 500 meters away on the move. Yay, it hit them. But then the next time at 100 meters, fully aimed broadside, and it hits the tracks, flies off in fucking space. That's just RNG. You see that shit almost every game you play. You know, that's just the way it is. So, after all that being said, this game here, which was a really good game, obviously I went up a Gores medal, a high caliber medal, and a invader medal. I actually won the game on an invader. Yeah, crazy, crazy. I ended up with 5,500 damage by the time I got done. So for me it was a good game. Um, and like I said, I play this game or this tank because I do a 2 XP or 2 XP, 3 XP every night, the daily double, finish the fucking thing, get the win, put it back in the garage. I'm just trying to get to this 92. I've been working on this tank for like a year. I mean, I have an 87% on the first skill. I don't even have that done, let alone even camel. But whatever. That's the way you win. So, all right. All right, fellas, I am back with the game, and I hope you guys are ready to see some fucking war packs and aimbots and shit. Yeah, okay. So, 53, 55, tier 10, some 9s, and the usual 8s. And this is actually a pretty decent artillery map. I think this is my third game to get a fucking win in this thing tonight. So, I head over to, usually I sit over here on the K2 area, just because it gives you a much better shot on the zero line, and it also gives you a chance to shoot anything if it's really pushy here on the one line. If they get down around F1, you do have shots on them. So you can support just about everything on the map, and that, as an artillery piece, is what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. Right? Not staring off in the distance at something you don't need to be staring at. So I move over, get set up here to put some shells into whatever's lit up here. They spelt the grill right off the bat. I move up to see if I can get a shot on him. He's wily character. He gets it right away, pushes back, so I can't get a shot on him. So I have 62A. He moves up on the LTTB. So kind of at a junction here. I really want the 62A to win the hill. So in support, I'm going to try to keep these guys off of him. He's got a LTTB to kill and a T10 in the way here. So I am going to be supporting hill. I really wish to win this. It gives you an advantage to no end. As you see, I'm not using any sort of aimbot, WarPack, any of that kind of crap. So we got that out of the way. So let me get back to the game without all this other bullshit. And I'm literally going to just show you a game of just straight up a really good game. I mean, this was one of those games that was extremely close, and it was just a really fun game to play. I mean, this is the kind of game that everybody really wants to have every time they play, you know, World of Tanks. You know, there's flanking, there's maneuvering, there's heavy push, light push, there's fucking TDs getting to sit where they want to shoot at, artillery's doing their job. Hey, it's got everything you could ever want in a World of Tanks game. It's just one of those things that you have to have a winner and a loser, right? So let's spot the grills. Sit here and wait. Yeah, I just hit him, you know, because if you're spotted, you should hang out in the same spot for a while. Hit the grill for, I believe, I'm not even sure what I hit him for. Yeah, a little bit, 450, 500, something like that. So I have the Panther 2 Pershing. They got the one line pretty well handled, so I'm not even going to bother dropping shells on here. My mission right now is to try to keep this hill clear for my team, and hopefully get these guys pushed off here so they can move up and at least control this hill. We have a little bit of this right here. I'm not quite sure what this is all about. The down the center push into cap without having control of the hill, that just doesn't work, right? Yag Tiger gets out from underneath him, but dies anyway. That was pretty impressive by the Kong to actually get up on top of him. So we're almost to the top of the hill. We almost have control of the hill. We have two grills still overwatched. The T10's almost dead. The STV1 plays a really good game most of the game. He knows he doesn't really want to hang out on the hill too much because I am, you know, dropping shit on him left and right. So he decides to play a little bit more mid here and to see what he can do. You know, I'm taking a little bit too much time actually to dick around here. And once again, like I said, while I was watching, that's the job as an artillery player, to watch the flanks that are going to get pushed or changed and all that kind of stuff. So I got these two guys down on the bottom. The only thing that's facing off is the defender. Hey, that's what I'm doing here. That's as a support tank, that's what I should be doing. Mr. Grandpa, this STB1 move up in here. I'm just sitting here waiting for a reload and hopefully keep them back. Usually with an artillery shell, it kind of sends a message that, hey, you know, you're getting watched. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. You know, just putting a shell down range, and hopefully they're not going to try to push up. Pershing plays a real nice game. He could have died very easily on top of that hill, but he didn't. He kept the grill pushed back, and finally does end up killing him. These guys are still just watching the motion. The one line was a real slow progress. So I'm back over here supporting. This is the line that I feel need the most help, especially since they have the two tier 10s over here on this side. So this is kind of what I'm hoping to watch. These two grills are, in my opinion, the biggest threat. So I'm going to spend a fair amount of time trying to knock them out. The FE215B moves up on the hill. E5 goes on the hill, Pershing Hill. So now we really should have the advantage here. We should really have the top of this hill. And unfortunately, the T10 drops him out, leaving the FE by himself to one side. Pershing's on top of the hill. Defender's still playing the bottom, and that leaves the Grill coming up here to take out a Pershing. So I decided to drop a shell in there. Ooh, it would have been epic if I could have nailed that shot, but I didn't. I ended up hitting that little ridge in front. Pershing drops off. Defender's pushing up now too, and we still have the Grill on top. STB's down here in the bottom. He's going to try to get some shots into these guys from behind, and I'm really kind of just sitting here waiting for the Grill to pop, but he doesn't. STB1 backs off. But he comes around my other side over here. So once again, I am trying to focus tanks that are threats. And that's what he's playing right now. Drop a shell in on him. And RNG wasn't kind. Well, like I said, at this point in the game, it's a really good game, right? It's one of those games that's dynamic. It's back and forth. There's people moving. There's pushing. There's counter pushing. There's there's a little bit of everything here, and this is what you want in WOT. I mean, this is what's entertaining about playing this game, is when you do finally get these kind of games that are a whole lot of fun, right? So I was gonna drop on the Scorp, but then the Grill shows up, and I'm trying to protect my Pershing as much as I can because he's doing a nice job of keeping things lit and spotted and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, on this side of the hill here, it's kind of a hard shot sometimes to make because of these rocks that are in the way. So you have to be a little bit picky about what you shot. Trying to get him to just back up just enough to put a shot in on him. And I try what I can. Fortunately, comes up a little short. I do get some damage in on the guy, but I don't actually, I wish I would have hit him in the back. It might have finished him off. So we're at 10-9. Grilled 710 defender. He's around 400 or 500. These guys are pushing in on these Scorpion G's. A Yag Tiger 34, a Foch B. So the STB one, he's kind of being the pain in the butt here for these guys. He's slowly but surely whittling down our Yag Tiger. So put a shot into him, smack him, knock him down to a one shot. This Grill, he recognizes the fact that he needs to get into the game, nails the defender, and we're down to 11-11, evened up game. They have quite a bit more hit points than we do. Obviously full health Scorpion G, now we're down a Yag Tiger, and it's not going well. So, Scorpion G, pushing in on my T10, can't have that shit, fellas. Yeah, nope, back to garage. Now at this point, I actually got a little bit, you get that tingly, spidery sensey, maybe that, it's time to move. Grill hasn't been seen in a while. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to move. Come back, STB1, he is literally just a little bit of a splash is all I need to finish him off. And yeah, I hate wasting a shell on something like this, but you know what? He needs to die. Finish him off. Fill it back up to 13-12, and I'm on the run. Like I said, you had that nice spidey, that little tingly sense behind you that maybe, just maybe, there's possibility that something is coming for you. And sure as shit, just make it around the corner, and he misses. Thank God. On the run, on the move, I need to get out of there because he's coming for me. I'm not sure why he has, I don't know, he might be upset with me, I don't know. Maybe I stunned too many of his crew members, I don't know, but here he comes. On the run, 34's here, T10's here, and this is kind of where it gets a little dodgy because, Grill's not exactly known for being a sturdy machine when it comes to getting shot at. He actually does end up chasing me quite a ways, and this is where some of the fun begins, right? This is where some of the the interesting gameplay. And I'm not sure this is why the, the multiple messages were sent to me, but there was apparently most people still watching this game because of how close it was and how good it was. So 4 minutes left. I know he's coming for me. T10's up there in the corner. And right now, all I'm doing is looking for a clear line of sight, because I know he's going for the tier 10. So that's my gap right there. That's what I have to shoot at, right? I don't have any other choice. And I back up, wait for it. T10's sitting here. He donks a shot. Nail him. Finish him off. So now it's just us and the 34. And one of their Pat Chat 155. 55s, and he's a good player, and you know, this is where it's going to be interesting. So I don't feel like chasing him down. 34, he's almost dead, and unfortunately not capping is not an option, I guess, but I'm going to, because fuck it, this is the third game. I should have had a win by now, right? So move up into the cap circle. Now the Pershing and the other some of the other fellas are screaming, go to the rock. Tell you what, fellas, if there's an artillery on the other team, yeah, most people are going to sit there. And with the big splash on artillery now, you're not going to be safe around that rock. They're going to reset you. So don't go by the rock. Don't sit in a bush. Don't do anything, right? So he's bombing away. He's bombing away. You know, I have a feeling he's probably going to be nailing both sides of the rock. So I'm trying to stay relatively as far away from that rock as I can. And you'll see what I'm talking about. 34 is still wandering around out there. And, you know, I have a general idea he's over on that side of the map. You know, he's probably most likely. Oh, yep, just took a shot at that. So now he's taking 2 shots there, and now I'm thinking, well, maybe I need to be a little more careful here, because 34's got some sight there, and I don't really want to. So I know he's over there. So the only way he's going to get to me in the next 30-some seconds is either he's going to have to circle all the way around and take a chance of that, or he's going to come here. So now what you're going to see me do is, I'm guessing that the best possible way he's going to come is down that bridge. And you'll see where I'm sitting at. I'm sitting at relatively with a rock here and a big ridge here. So for him to take a shot at me, he's going to have to get close. And I'm just literally sitting here watching. You know, watch, watch, watch. And I'd watched some trees come down. I'm sorry I missed that part of it. And there he is. Fired his shot. Yeah, that's game. This was a fun game. And congrats to the side that won. And hey, fellas, the guys on the other side that lost, you guys played a fucking awesome game. Like I said, this is one of those great games to play. Definitely playing, besides the whole WarPacking, hacking, and all the other fucking bullshit that went on with it. So I ended up with, this is 4,000 showing, I actually ended up with 5,500 Gore's Metal Top Gun and all that other bullshit. So, hope you guys enjoyed the videos, and I have a whole potload coming up from a bunch of the clanmates that have sent me emails of games they've had lately that are very, very good. So, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you then.